Now then, I will show you some things called rock blocks. It's probably the simplest type of chord you can play, it's just a great exercise and it leads to so many different things. Now then, all you need for this is fingers 1 and 3, and basically the shape is wherever you put your first finger, you go to the next string down and 2 frets up, and you play both those strings together. Obviously there, because it's an open string, you don't need to put your first finger there, so most people normally just do that. We'll do more of that on sort of blues structures and stuff like that later. So for the time being though, so if you wanted to label these things and start putting names to them, that's the 3rd fret, that's a G note, so that'd be a G rock block, G, G sharp, A sharp, G sharp, sorry, yeah, A, G sharp, G, F, G, A, B. Now when it comes to working out tunes, most of the tunes you've already heard, you can use these things to sort of get a basic sort of rendition of it. I'll give you an example of that, without naming any tunes, but things, for example, starting on the 3rd fret here, they may not be in the right key, but that sort of thing. There's millions of tunes that use those, so the more you mess around with them, the more you sort of find these things out. As an exercise, just to get your fingers really working around it, this is what you do. I mean, make sure you press your finger down, and you want the tips of your fingers, you don't want to flatten it too much at this stage. Tips of your fingers as near up to the fret as you can, that makes it easier and you get a better type of sound. With your right hand, when you're picking it, you can either play it with your thumb, obviously, with a pick. The thing is, if you squeeze the strings down and play it, it will ring. You're going to build some strength. If you relax your fingers, the sound stops. It's called muting it. You can also mute it with the palm of your right hand on the strings of the guitar. All of these things will take a little bit of time to sort of like get into and you feel natural with it. But really the sake of this is just to sort of get you playing these rock blocks. And working out tunes. I'm going to do something on what's called 1-4-5 progressions later on, but if you actually start thinking of these things now, so wherever you are, let's take example on the 5th fret there, so E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. This will now be a D underneath it. It's 5th fret, next 2 strings down, 5th fret, and then 2 frets up. Just keeping those 3 chords. Practicing those all together. Wherever you are, keep it relative. So if you're doing, as you imagine now, 5, 5, 7. If you're doing it here, it would be 3, 3, 5. Here's the 8, 8, 10. When you're practicing those things, you don't necessarily have to start on this first one. You might start on this one, which is called an E. Now these form the basis of something later on called movable bar chords. That doesn't give you a lot of information, so sometimes you add the next finger and then the next until you make these chords. But for the time being, just get that shape. And mess around all over the neck of the guitar. Okay, those are rock blocks. I'll show you lots more of that stuff later.